Aaron. We're live.
Hello world, this is Aaron Zalecki tuning in. Mobile CSP Computing with Ralph, Eric, and special guest.
Aaron.
I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, all right. My question to you, Ralph, is recently, including today, we are not able to make any APKs. We keep getting errors, and one of the big things that we had happen today was when we build the APKs or the package M, a lot of the well, that's one thing. There's errors coming 2 or 3 different ways, and then the second question I had too was some students have been making packages and saving their files, including myself. I have a file that I've been working on for quite some time, and now it's run inoperable because the images and the have all disappeared. They're there, but I can't build it now, and also I have to go find where those images are and re-download them and sort of rebuild the app because the images are all gone.
Have the so are these apps that you've built from scratch?
Yes, some of them, yes.
Are they big by any chance?
No, they're not that big. No, they shouldn't be. They're not. I don't know. At most, maybe the largest I think is a meg. At most, I think.
Yeah.
Did you just make the app, or was it something you went back and were modifying?
No, I made the app about 2 weeks ago, and started working on it, and everything was working fine.
You did it how long ago?
And then the images disappeared.
2 weeks ago, he said.
2 weeks ago. Okay, so there was something that happened, an update at Ralph, that I think you did, Ralph, and that's when other people started having trouble too with the assets, any of the media files and images that were in there, and they were having trouble with packaging the APKs, like just building the app itself because of the images. And what I did with one of the students was a solution you had said before, Ralph, which was to delete everything, all of the media files, and re-upload them.
Yeah.
And it worked for one of the students that I was working with.
We just, well, you know what we did.
Well, but I mean, I did see Betsy's issues. I don't know if they were the same as the ones that Aaron is describing. I'm not having these issues. So is it what Pauline is describing, that you took an old project from before that?
Well, I knew that was going on, but even still, you know, my app was working and my images are okay. But even today, we did a test with what was it? Oh man, I forget right now. I want to say My Directions or I think it was either My Directions app or
Is that an app that you downloaded from the repository, or when you had?
Yes, like the No Texting While Busy. That app today wouldn't work at all. It was just like some people it might have, but then some people would just give an error code, and I was like, what the heck?
But I mean, was it an app you just built today, or what?
No, not that one. No, just some other students had some files that they were working on that are no longer there, and it was like 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and then I guess they checked it today, like I did, and the images are in the media folder, but they're just not showing in the display of the.
Right. So the solution to that worked when I was working with a couple of the students was to delete files, even though it says they're there.
I can't hear you. I didn't hear what you said. You said do something. What?
To delete the media files, even though it says they are there, delete them and then re-upload them.
I know, but I know it's a pain though. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, but I mean that if it's like Pauline said, if it's a project that was built before this latest build server, which went up April 14th.
Okay.
If it's a project that was built before that, the assets won't load properly.
Okay, maybe that's what the issue is.
Are you in a position to try that?
Like,
Wait, you see it?
you can go on and look at your App Inventor, and it will tell you when the file was created and when it was modified,
Oh, all right.
just from your project page.
Oh yeah. Hold on 1 second. I'll do that. Somebody else can ask a
Um,
question. I'll chime in after.
Hey Jim, hey Betsy.
Hey,
Hello.
hi, how's it going?
We're broadcasting live for those who noticed.
Yeah, so one problem may be that a lot of my projects don't have any assets. Let's see. Here's one. Nope, doesn't. How about you, Eric? Are you having these problems?
We haven't been on App Inventor for a while because we did data and then internet. It's actually been full month since we've done App Inventor work. I'm hoping you guys work out all the kinks before we go back to it because we're going back soon to our final projects.
I gotta log in with it. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. So I just tried a project from last February, and I get this red server error, could not build.
All right, so I'm looking at my projects right now, and it's the Milford app, and it was March 10th created.
Okay, so what Pauline is saying to do is delete the resource, the assets from that file,
Yeah.
from that project, and then reload them again.
Yeah. Okay.
Now wait, Pauline, how do you do that? Do you have to save it as something else?
Well, you should hopefully have the file saved somewhere, like that.
Yeah, I do, but I haven't had time to put them together as a backup. You know what I mean?
Okay, but yeah, you would click on it in the designer. You would click on the name of the file, and then you can delete it.
Yeah.
And as
Well,
long
I don't know. I'm not able to delete one. It's saying,
it looks like it's not deleting, but if you refresh, it will.
oh, okay.
Exactly. You're right. When you refresh, it will. Yeah.
So now I'm going to upload those. Then you just upload those into that project again?
Yeah.
Yep.
I do feel like this is, I guess it's early in App Inventor process, but my students in their app designs, lots of them are having, dozens or even, upwards of 40 or 50 individual assets associated with a project, and I think, doing that takes a long time, so re-uploading is definitely an issue. So I don't know if this is a bug that the MIT team knows about, and if they figured out how to avoid this in the future.
I don't think this is an MIT thing. I think this is what I think I screwed up when I made that instance.
I see. Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
So that's less scary too.
I think I remember. I think I told you. I mentioned it when I did that. I can't remember exactly what I screwed up, but something got screwed up when I went to make that instant. Oh, I know what it was. I lost my entire App Inventor folder from my laptop, where I was hosting all the, where I was hosting the code that I use for these instances that we create on our server.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It does make me want to ask, is there a way we could get the repositories working with just the MIT server? Is that like an enhancement request we can make to them? Because I think if we can put the kind of management of the server stuff onto the MIT team and kind of consolidate it so that you don't have to manage it, it makes a lot of sense to me long term.
I think that would be helpful if you made that request, a couple of you, because
Yeah.
I've been requesting this for quite a while, and keeps getting put off. Right now, and it's a pretty simple thing. The code is all ready to go. All it would need is okay from them.
Okay. Do you
But
have a
huh?
Do you have an open request already, or should we open
Huh.
a new one?
Yeah, I think you should just open a new request. It should say something
Okay.
like, would it be possible to incorporate the mobile CSP templating feature into an upcoming release of App Inventor?
Awesome.
And
I'll
if they
do
can
that.
get it done by the summer, or that would be
Then we
great.
can
At least
start
by next fall. Then we would just move
Yeah.
over to their server.
Totally.
But the thing is, the latest reason why they're not just doing that is because they're trying to get the Dave Wolber's creating a gallery, which is going to be incorporated into some upcoming release, in which individual teachers should be able to have their own channels, right? So you could make you could make your own repository and just have your students download from there. That's
That's pretty cool.
That would be cool. But I think in the meantime, I doubt that that's going to be ready by, summer. Although they're talking about possibly announcing it at the upcoming summit in July. If they aren't able to do that, then I think they should accommodate, us. Yeah, so what Pauline has described works perfectly. I just took that old project, I removed the assets, I put them back in, and it now builds properly. So the problem is something with the assets being out of date.
Okay.
I wonder if that's the problem Betsy was having too.
Could be my kids started the project before we went on vacation. And you made the change over vacation.
When did you go? Was it before April 14th?
Yes.
Yeah, so that would explain it. Anyway, nobody to blame but me. So.
All right. What else?
At this point, Ralph, I really can't see moving back off the MIT server simply because.
Yeah, no, I don't see that as a problem. You can just stay there. But if you want to use templates for a lesson, you'll have to download them, or let them download them separately. And
Files, Ralph.
what's that?
I'll just give them AIA files.
Right.
And that's really, I mean, honestly, just making a wiki with all the AIA files does the same thing. At this point, it's not worth the hassle of time. Plus, I've noticed that, there are a lot of times when we have classes concurrently, and that server just can't keep up.
Yeah.
Betsy, I don't think anybody else has class at the same time as you. I know people have class before you, and they have, like, Seymour has class before you, Jamie has class after you, but I don't know anybody that has class at the same time as you.
All I'm saying is there's a lot of times where we get a really slow server. And I haven't had that once with the MIT one.
Well, stay over there on MIT's then. That's not a problem.
It's not that I'm trying to dish you or anything, Ralph. It's just I need to teach my class. You know?
Yeah.
And I told you guys for 3 days it wasn't working, and you just kept saying, well, it's working for me. So it didn't really help that much. And I appreciate, because I know you're teaching a full class load and everything. But they've got more guys to check it out at MIT when there's a bug. You know?
Well, perhaps. But anyway, Aaron, what was your next question?
my next. Oh yeah.
Does that answer how to get around this issue?
Yeah. I mean, if that was the date, then that's what the problem is for that date.
Yeah.
In incurring that thing. As long as that's rectified, because I'm going to be starting to rebuild an app that I'm, the Milford 375 app, pretty soon. And I need to get on that. And all right, moving onwards. My next question was, Pauline, are you still updating any of those lecture tutorials? Like right now we're on internet social computing with the walkthrough for no texting while busy, and that one for me is kind of it's a crash and burn course. I don't know. It's not really working very well for me. The reason I say that is because I think you have to have the Google Voice enabled and have it set up for the students. So you have to go to Google Voice, have the students actually have a cell phone, number one, and have them text the phone to verify it, activate it, and all that sort of stuff. And then it's not really clear as to what.
Hello.
Hello, Chima. It's not really clear as to
My phone.
what to do with the app. You know what I mean? It's just sort of, is it just a walkthrough? Is the app already built basically, or you know what I mean? There's no real. I don't know if it's complete. You know what I mean?
So you want a more concise and clear tutorial to go with the.
The no texting while busy. Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't mind, I don't know. I think you made a comment on one of them before. I was going through it today, and one of them said like, "Oh, not yet finished or still in a work in progress." But I don't remember which one that was. If that was map tours.
I think it was shopping with friends. It was the only one that didn't.
Okay, or that one. Yeah, I saw that. I've never done that one, but the
Right.
it's the other one. It's the
Because broadcast having no texting while busy were the two for social that we had wanted you to do.
right. It's week 4. That's all I know. It's week 4. No texting while busy. And I don't know. It just seems to me it's like a little bit confusing. Like how do you text that app? How do you text out of that? There's no like. Do you have to make any more buttons? Like, or you just text
in the no texting while busy app?
It's an automatic reply.
It's just an automatic reply. That's it, right?
Right. Yeah.
So when you load the app and I text "Hello World" to that phone number while Google Voice is loading, it'll just pull up on that app "Hello World," or it'll say "Hello World" from my phone number, and it'll just bounce back saying "Talk to you later," kind of a thing. That's all it does.
Right. Yeah.
So there's no other functionality in the app. It's already built for you. It's done.
Yeah, it's the point is to if they want to use, if you're going to have them do any kind of social app,
Right.
it shows them how to use the texting component. That's about it.
But there's no like, okay, now build a texting component so you can text back and forth, right? It's just a receiver. That's basically it. It's just a receiver.
No, it does both. It receives and sends.
Yeah. There's no way to send out anything in that app.
So it's meant to be that you shouldn't be using the phone. It's meant to be like a blocker or automatic responder. So like if you were driving, for example, and you got a message to your phone or your tablet, then it would automatically reply and say, well, I'm driving. I remember one of the so you wouldn't have to reply. It would automatically reply for you. I remember one of the advanced exercises, or one of the exercises, is to set a custom message, because there's, I believe right now, like busy, sorry, I'm busy, talking YL.
Right.
But
Yep.
one of the exercises is make it so that way before it's set to automatic messages, you can choose, as the user, choose what message you want, or set a custom message. Like you can.
It's like a list of lists, a list picker.
Right.
Okay. So essentially, it's just a responder.
Right.
Okay, so that's what I didn't know that, and I think that, I'm not trying to be like, I think that just needs to be refined or a little bit clearer. Maybe the title just say, respond message or something. I don't know. Maybe that just needs to be cleared up a little bit.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be picky, but it was confusing. The students were a little bit like, what am I trying to learn here? What is this doing? And I thought we were going to teach more about it. in reality, it's not really. It's just setting up a Google Voice account and texting it. That's it.
Right. So it's remember this comes in the social impacts unit, and if Jim wants to jump in here, I remember with his students, he started this one real good with no texting while driving video, like the video about what happens when you're texting and driving, and showed his students the video, and then talked about like how technology and texting has impacted our society as far as texting and driving, and then had the students make the app.
Yeah, but isn't that what Jim did for the other video that he came out with? The other, he's been sending us, which was really good, and the school on lockdown or whatever it was, emergency.
Broadcast hub thing.
That's the broadcast part, right?
Yeah.
That's the broadcast hub app. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if I got there yet or not. I don't know if that's a different thing.
That should come after no texting while busy. So I was just bringing up Jim in the sense that I was saying that no texting while busy is under social impact because it has more to teach as far as societal impact than it really does as far as what the app does.
Okay.
Right? More to be like, a talking point and say, well, how has texting impacted our society? And
Okay.
show a video like Jim
Oh yeah, and the longer video that Pauline gives, you just show the first 5 or 10 minutes. It brings tears to the eyes, and the impact gets across. You don't even have to show the whole video. Just show the first story about the kid who sister was walking across the street and holding his hand, and whoop, kid disappeared from the sister's hand, and that pretty much sends the message home.
Okay. Because I think I don't know if I have that video or I lost that video. I don't know if you can post that or I don't know where it is.
It's not linked. It should be linked in the table.
Okay. Because I started to get into a little bit of big data because that one was like it was an okay lesson, but it really wasn't for me. I wasn't really like understanding it or grasping it, and the students were kind of like what are we learning? I don't understand this app. Do we have to modify it? Because they were like in modification mode all the time, and all of a sudden they get to this app and it's like, what do you mean? We don't have to do anything to it? I mean, what does it do? And I don't understand. And then they just shut down, and they're just like, well, it doesn't. I don't see any results. I don't see it doing anything. I can't text from it. I can't do anything from it, and I don't have a cell phone, so I don't need to use it. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just my philosophy for that unit. Either I might skip it next year, or unless I can make it more interactive with the, like text with it, which I think is a broadcast hub. Maybe I'll do the broadcast hub first, and then say, well, how do we, or no.
No. So what you could do if they want something to sort of modify, what you might try, broadcast hub requires that they be able to put the messages in a list and then manipulate the list. So it's a little more complicated. But what you could say is have them work through that no texting while driving, point out that it's doing both receiving of messages and sending of messages, and then say, as a modification, create a new app that lets the user just send text messages that they compose and write to whoever they want,
right,
and receive replies. So
that's what I think. That's what they want to do, and that's what is not in there. Because
you could make that as an exercise for them, because how to send messages is done in there. They just have to understand how to do it, and they can associate that with a button instead of with the way it is now. It's associated with the message being received.
Okay.
Right? You could have them modify it along those lines if you want, but they need to know how to send and receive, which that app at least covers.
Okay. I don't know if I need to walk through myself or just to test it out and see how it sends and receives, because I was a little bit shaky on you just insert text field and then hit one button, send message to. Well, what phone number is it? Do I have to put it in the Google Voice, or does it already know that? It's going to send out.
If you have Google Voice installed, that's just
receive it.
Yeah, and so. Right. So you also need, if you're going to do it completely off of Wi-Fi, you also need to have a Google Voice account online. You need both. So there is that. complication.
How does it know which?
That applies to anything you do with texting online, on Wi-Fi.
I remember we did that during the summertime. We had the summer texting app, the one for Jamie and all of us all together, and then we did and it worked, and it was great, and it was awesome. And I was trying to see if I could maybe make that for the students, so they could have their own little in-house, Twitter, their own little chat type of thing, between each other. And I think that's what they were looking for, and I didn't really kind of know how to deliver that to them. It was a little screwed up a little bit today, so I kind of pushed that aside and once it started going to big data a little bit.
Well, let us know if you want to add some tweaks to it.
Okay.
I was actually planning to skip the texting stuff because none of our devices are on the cell network, but I guess it sounds like you could get it through Google Voice.
It's all Wi-Fi. That's the thing. There's no cell phone that's needed. Well, technically there is to set it up. That's the only problem with it.
Are the lessons designed with Google Voice in mind, or are they designed with?
Yeah, they are because when I taught the course at Trinity, what we did was we bought SIM cards, and I thought maybe that could be a way to be able to use the texting. That was expensive. It was like $15 just to get the card, and then you had like $10 worth of text messaging minutes, whatever it is, messages. But then what happened was, by the time we started to do it next semester, the cards had expired.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do it again, you had to pay another $25 per phone just to have a few minimal number of text messages. So that's why the texting component was extended to use Wi-Fi. So you don't need a SIM card.
Okay, great. But that was my main two. I mean, is there any errors that anybody else has experienced when building APKs? You guys see the black line that goes across the top, or could not reach server, or the white text with a bunch of code in the middle of your screen that comes down? You guys still get any of those? I've gotten a couple of them just about every class period when they all try to build their APKs and such.
What would be good is if when you get it, you just immediately email me and Pauline.
Okay. All right.
We usually can take a look and see if there's a problem.
Okay. What's available commands? Oh, okay. That's all right. So Pauline lost her sound. I think she can hear us, but she can't speak or something. She dropped out. Just giving you guys a heads up in the chat room.
Hey Chinma, how are you? Long time no see.
Hey, happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody! Happy Cinco de Mayo.
You taking off? Are you taking off, Aaron?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that.
Oh.
I'm not going out. Everyone wants me to go out, but I can't tonight.
Yeah.
What's new in Chinma land?
Aaron, how are you?
Good. How are you, Chinma? What's going on with you?
I'm fine. Very busy. My students will take their AP exams tomorrow.
Yeah, it's starting for us too.
For the APCS?
Yeah.
How many students?
I have about 37 students, but some of them will take it in their home school.
Ah, wow, that's a lot.
It's 2 classes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a huge number. Is that up from years in the past?
Yeah. In the past, we only had 1 APCSA class. But this year we'll have 2.
Are you also teaching that, Eric? You're muted.
Yeah, I would love to teach it. I think my ideal is 3 sections of CSP and 1 section of APCSA. and the 3 section of CSP kind of feed into the CSA.
This is for next year, you mean?
No, it's my dream. Next year, I basically had to choose. I get to teach one, and I'd love to teach CSA, but I think CSP is a better fit for my school. I was going to ask the rest of the group, does anybody else teach CSA?
Yeah.
Other than James does, right?
No.
No.
Oh, you don't? Oh, okay.
I'm hoping my school scheduled me for
Oh.
2 PCSA next year and 1 CSP. And I'm telling them to put it for 2 CSP and 1 APCSA. Because of the positioning of the electives, kids who should be going for CSP are signing up for APCSA. And I'm not sure they can do it. So I'm hoping they will change it and have 2 CSPs or 2 CSP, 2 APCSA, which will be ideal.
Yeah,
But
I do
we'll
think
see.
CSP is a pretty good feeder course for CSA.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
so
think
one
almost
thing,
never material is redundant.
one thing, Pauline and I haven't even had a chance to meet yet, but about this, but we're gearing up to, start announcing the online version of our curriculum. This is something we've been working on with Jen Rosato from St. Scholastica and Dave Wolber. Wolber is the guy who wrote the App Inventor textbook. And,
Does name sound familiar? I didn't know what they did though.
Yeah, I mean he's built, for example, the no texting while driving app that originally came from his students. Anyway, our plan is to recruit some of you guys, time permitting, to serve as mentors for this group. Okay. These would be people who knows where, some from Connecticut, we hope, who want to take the course online. And, it's going to run concurrently with the 6-week course at Trinity. And it's going to pretty much follow the same schedule, but they won't be attending in person. They'll be working through the lessons online. So the idea is to have, you guys mentor them, teacher mentors who've been through the course and can help them with exercises and homeworks and so on like that.
How many would you like?
We don't know exactly yet, but I was supposed to meet with Jen today at 4 o'clock to sort this out, but we didn't get a chance to meet. So hopefully in the next few days we'll send something around. But the dates are going to be July 7th through August 15th, right, Pauline? Oh, Pauline can't hear us. Is Pauline still? Pauline's not even on anymore, is she? So anyway, keep a heads up for that. We'll announce it on our listserv. So hopefully some of you are interested in that.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah.
James, I like your videos that you keep posting. Some of them are pretty good.
Yeah, we're working on a few errors. The kids are doing them, so because I stay hands off, I just love work and watch people do it for hours, and let them make their mistakes, and we go back through it again.
Do you teach video production, or is that them doing their own?
Well, I teach video production, but they're not in a video production class. They had to make a video for the app challenge, so that was shot together in like 2 days, just so we can enter the competition before the deadline.
So do you know of anyone else from our project that's entering? The deadline's been extended, right, until another month.
Yeah, pretty much.
Has the deadline been extended?
Yes, it has been extended till May 31st.
Are you serious?
Yes, I was kind of upset about that. Because I would have waited to submit mine till May 31st.
Jim, are you sure? Is there a link online that says that?
Yes, there is, because when you go back to the challenge, because I went to upload something Eric's been extended to May 31st.
Okay,
I can send you the email.
that's fine.